Well, good morning everybody and welcome back to the Building Investors YouTube channel. We've got a hot chocolate today and I'm going to be doing some clearing for a customer on this property right here. So we've got a Caterpillar, I think it's a 315 excavator coming in, and they're going to be dropping it off for me shortly, and I'm going to be doing the clearing on everything in front of me. So this is what it looks like before. This is kind of the driveway coming in. So there's Copper. Loves it out here. And the guy who built the road for us has kindly pushed in a little entryway here with the dozer probably. So we've got some trees like this one that's dead. So that one's gonna have to get pushed over and sawed up and stacked up. And then we've got a bunch of little stuff. We'll just be able to grab it. And the bucket on the machine is gonna be a 2-foot digging bucket probably. And it has a thumb on it so I can grab all of this stuff and just rip it out of the way. We'll stack it and burn it. So pretty simple, pretty great. So all this is gonna be cleared. You can see a little yellow stake right there. And then there's one there, one over there. The customer went ahead and did that to kind of show us where the house is gonna go. There's also corresponding stakes a little bit further back for the house, and it has that little bit of a nice angle towards the road. So this will be completely cleared between here and here, but everything else will be chosen. Like he'll choose the trees he wants to keep. And I'm sure lots of stuff around the house, like really close to the house, like all these bigger trees right here, and this one that's leaning towards the house, those are all probably go and get stacked up. So anyways, I'm excited. Can't wait for the machine to get here and get unloaded and get started. So with no further ado, get yourself a nice drink. If it's warm where you're at, go get a sweet tea, or if it's cold, get a hot chocolate. Or coffee. I'm not a coffee drinker yet. Haven't got that old. Not that you have to be old to drink it, but hot chocolate it is today. So anyways, let's get started. We'll catch you in a little bit. Here we go. Things are getting serious. Getting ready to drive it off the trailer. Pretty sweet. Okay, since I am new at running this big of a machine, I've run excavators before, but nothing this gigantuan. I had to take some practice time here to get started. Now I can probably set up a time lapse and let you watch me work. Pretty sweet. Look at the size of this thing. Of course, there are bigger machines. This is a 30,000-ish pound machine with a blade and a thumb, which is nice. So we've got ourselves cleared in here. And the house foundation is temporarily marked by these yellow stakes. So there's a couple of those around. And then I've got everything stacked up here. We're gonna have a burn pile over this way, but I wanted to get everything kind of out of my way because they're so tight working here. I didn't want to run the machine into these trees, because if you damage any part of this, they gotta replace it. And your deductible is pretty expensive, so don't want to do that. So anyways, getting this area cleared. Doesn't look like much, but man, does it handle these stumps and things with ease. It doesn't even flinch. Just grab a tree, any of these trees. I'm sure you can push those trees over too. Eventually we'll have to. But man, isn't that sweet? I want one. Okay, so it's actually day number 2 now on the project, and it's not been very productive, but it's starting to get productive now, which is great. My saw ended up losing its bar, got a little tired. I've had this probably for 10 years, and the bearing in the front went out, and so I bought myself a new brand spanking new bar, which is great. And then I have a brand new chain on it while the other one gets sharpened. So that's pretty nifty. And then the excavator I rented had an O-ring malfunction, and so it started draining hydraulic fluid out of the boom. And so the representative that I'm renting the machine from came and fixed it. Basically got a new friend, so that was pretty cool. So super nice guy. We talked about all of the diesel problems I'm having with my other truck, and how I'm gonna fix it and all that stuff. So pretty cool. Pretty nice guy. He grew up around this area, so pretty nice to meet someone like that. So anywho, I'm gonna get this chain put back on the chainsaw here like a noob, and get back to cutting some firewood. Not firewood, I'm gonna cut the tree into logs. That's what I'm gonna do. So anyways, gotta get a screwdriver out. So catch you up once we get over there. Okay, so we need to knock this tree over, which is right there. And it's, I'm gonna say 100 plus feet tall. Way more capable of crushing me in this cab than I'd like, but we'll get her done. So we're gonna undermine the base of the tree here with the claw. We're gonna put our blade down to give us some stability, and hopefully the camera stays up here, but let's see if we can do this together. So I'll pretend like you can hear me and watch everything that's going on. So I'm gonna dig a bit here. So all I'm doing here is just undermine the tree, get rid of the roots that are holding it up on this direction. Now, I am not a professional excavator by any touch of the imagination. I have run little tiny pieces of equipment, nothing this big, but I like to think that I can do anything. Tree's still up right back there. So this tree already has a natural lean towards away from me, which is what I want. This machine's powerful, but it's not strong enough to push that tree in a different direction than it wants to go. Pardon you. Let's see if I can keep you upright for this whole process. Anyways, dig this down. Try not to shake the machine so the phone doesn't fall over, but where'd you go? But I don't know how possible that is, so. Anyways, let me continue digging and then I'll show you the non-shaky portion of it, because I need to do this a little more efficiently than worry about the camera falling over. Maybe one day I'll have one of those suction cup things that goes on the window of my own excavator, and then I can worry about that, or not worry about it, I guess. So about 3 to 4 feet deep here, getting the roots all cleaned out. These trees don't have very big tap roots. That's the root I'm referring to, is the one that goes like way down deep in the soil. They seem to have pretty shallow roots, and they tend to fall over fairly easily during a storm. So I'm not sure what causes that, because even the healthy ones fall over. Probably because of too much growth around the trees, with little trees taking up space and soil, and they don't let the roots go down deep enough. I'm not sure. I'm no botanist. But anywho, how's your day going? Well, that's a little sunny. Sorry about that. How's that? Any gooder? Nope. That's an unflattering position of me. That's what that is. Thanks for bearing with me here. Still digging. This is probably one of the funnest. This is like playing video games, except for you could die. It's not really that bad. Okay, let's see if the tree's weakened enough. I doubt it, but put you up here again next to the air vent. Now we're gonna reach up as high as we can to get some leverage. And I'm gonna put the teeth on the tree to keep it from rolling, because if it rolls on top of me, then that's how we're gonna die. So reaching up, giving a little shove. This is probably one of the biggest trees that I'm gonna be pushing over. Okay, I'm lifting the machine off the ground. I'm gonna let it settle and then give it a few jolts of the weight of the machine. It's not even budging, so we're gonna do some more digging. Nothing. Okay, let's do some more digging. I'm gonna let off the tree lightly to make sure it doesn't come back on me. And I'm gonna keep an eye on it as I dig. This is sketchy as. We need to get some of this roots here undermined. Okay, you're still staying alive back there. Let's see if we can push it. Reaching up. There we go. Come on. I don't want it to rock back on me. I'm gonna set those teeth a little bit deeper into the tree there. There we go. Let's bring you up close. There we go. Woo, that's gonna be a bucker. Boom! Shakalaka. I had to take that tree down too, so don't worry about the limbs on that tree. Whew, nothing gets your heart beating like a couple ton tree falling, huh? Anyways, that's how you do that, I think. Don't take any of this for expert advice. I haven't died yet, but that doesn't mean it's expert, so. Anyways, moving on to bucking those into logs and stacking them up. Okay, an update on the clearing is as follows. We've got 3 more large trees to take down. See, you can't see my finger. Yeah, almost see it. I move the camera, I hold it to the other hand. That one, the one right behind it, and then that one need to come down. But I was gonna push these 2 down, but my fear is they're leaning into the woods away from me here. And so if I were to push them that way, then I would destroy a bunch of the trees they want to keep over there. And if I try pushing it this way, there's a chance it could come back on me. And I'm also worried about is if I push this one over, the first one here, and I'm pushing from behind, this second tree could lose its grip on the earth because of this tree falling. So see how they're both leaning that way? I want them to fall this way. Well, this one's leaning this way, but if I push this one over, I'm afraid it'll loosen the roots on that one, and that one will fall backwards on top of me. And the machine I'm renting isn't made to push trees over. It doesn't have a protective cab on it. It just has a regular cab, so I'd be squished like a bug if I did that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my chainsaw out, and I'm gonna cut this tree down, fall it over, or this one or the other. And then push the trees over, push that one over, dig these roots out, call it a day. So anyways, I'll let you watch me do that with my chainsaw. tree half cut, but this chain's a little dull, so let's go change the chain and then we can cut the tree down a lot easier. Okay, this chain's gonna be a bit spicy, so I'm gonna put some gloves on real quick. So, how's your day going? Mine's going pretty good, except for I'm running out of time, so that's the only thing going wrong with my day. But overall, it's not too bad. So, can't really beat mid-60-degree weather in northern Pacific area. What I'm doing here is replacing the chain to a new chain. This chain isn't completely dull, but when you're cutting big trees down that and your life depends on a good chain, it's well worth the effort to change the chain out. So if you're not familiar with chainsaws, this one's got 2 of those nuts. Take it off, and then the bar and the old chain come off just like that. And then the new chain is in the truck. And this is where I'm going to look like a newbie, because if you've ever tried to untangle a chain, it's not easy unless you do it for a living. But watch this. It comes up with all of these little knots, and you kind of, it's like one of those games where you got to figure out how to get the thing detached from the thing. So I know that the teeth have to be on the outside, so that helps. So that, and ta-da. Okay, that may look easy. It's usually not that quick. And then you stick the chain on the bar. You stick it on the nose first. Like so, and then the rest just kind of fall in the little slot. And then I'm gonna take my screwdriver, a flathead. There's a little screw here. Loosen it, and it brings back the tensioner. A little tiny nib that goes in this, and it pushes the bar out to tighten the chain. So I'll put that on there. And then slide this booger onto that booger. And that's pretty much it. Well, it's not it, but it's pretty much it. Okay. Then tighten this up a little bit. And then put the guard back on. And then put their nuts back on. By hand at first, because they're tight little space there. And then tighten those down as much as you can by hand, just so you don't have to work with the wrench very much. And then I'm going to snug them down a little bit with the chainsaw tool here, just to hold it in place. And then I'm going to take this screwdriver, put it back in that slot there, and tighten it until I like the tension on the chain. You don't want it like super tight, but you definitely don't want it loose. Once you get the tension right, take a tool, snug these babies down. You don't have to crank on them, but a good snug is all you need. So okay, now I'm gonna go safely cut down that tree a lot easier. So let's do it. Actually, I have a nice fuel source here. Half a tank, that'll be plenty. Okay, see you back at the tree. Oh, that always gives you the jitters, doesn't it? Okay, let's see how I did. Woo, good hinge wood. Not too shabby if you're a lumberjack. Sorry about all the movement here. Let me know how I did. So it held on pretty good. Didn't spin on me. I jacked it up on this side a bit. Take my hair protection off so I'm not yelling at you. And so when it came down, it would pivot off of that direction. Exactly where I wanted it. So now I can buck it up, put the logs in the stack, and yeah, now I gotta decide what to do with this tree. It is leaning the wrong way. It'd be nice if it had like a boom truck, or if I was confident enough to climb it and drop it piece by piece. What do you think? A lot harder to tell on camera, but it's definitely leaning in that direction. Oh, it's tempting to push over though. What I could do is I could weaken it with the chainsaw down here, put the notch in it, and then get behind it with the excavator and push it over. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Anywho, just for safety's sake, I won't be filming that, but getting there little by little. I'll bring you back as soon as we got some more stuff clean. Sorry you didn't get to watch, but it did work like a treat. Got it cut. It did lay back on itself a bit, but overall, right down where I wanted it. Praise the Lord. Got one more left to go. We might need to take down that tree. So they're worried about the trees being too close to their house, which is in this area here. So we'll get rid of these, and then hopefully I can dig these stumps out. I haven't dug one out, I've been pushing them all over, which is way easier. Worst case scenario, we'll make it into a seat. I made a seat out of one over there. Zoom in. I might see if the customer wants me to leave it there. He can mow the yard and have a little retreat place to sit and do what he wants to do. So anyways, I'm gonna work on this pile here. I'll be right back with you. Okay, it's the very end of the day. And machine, I've only got the machine tomorrow, and it goes back the next morning. So I would really like it if I could get this pile over there, but that's at least an hour of work with that machine. Smaller machine would take a lot longer. And then all the logs here. So this area is pretty cleared out. It's not leveled like perfectly, but they're gonna be digging a foundation here, so it's gonna be all messed up regardless. I'm not super concerned about it. If I had more time with the machine, I would definitely comb it better, but it's very good. It's good. So this is the logs that they ended up with. Probably a full truckload, if not then some. And then this tree that I cut down over here, I couldn't get behind it, like I was saying earlier, to push it down. So I cut it and then I made a seat out of it. So maybe one day we'll stump grind it, but I think it looks cool that way. So probably don't want to sit there though. Look at all that that pitch coming out of there. Be a sticky seat. And then I started clearing for utilities, because utilities are coming down this area. Probably one of the busiest times of my life, so sorry about not having all the videos of everything I'm doing. There's not the time to fool around. So anyways, utilities will come right down there. I started trenching. So bring it down, bring it to the transformer spot and split to the properties. So it's pretty sweet. So anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any comments you want to leave them down below. Don't forget to look in the description. And if there's any bonus footage of what it looks like after I'm done, if there's any more that I do, I'll leave it here after this with a little music for you. So anyways, thank you very much for watching. We'll catch you later. Have a good one. God bless.